So all of those that you put on the list are representing that which you have been experiencing from old stories, old harm, whatever. They're like coming from your old bottle, your old life, your old forms. And if we want to stand strong and firm for something new, how can we more quickly get ourselves into a new place of standing? And that's what we're about today. So there is Mary, the design birth. There is Sophia, this fruit, we keep this fruit, we eject to extinction. And after that point in the chakra system, which is the solar plexus, becomes Hara. The Hara, like the Buddha. In the female, it's Tara, the Buddha, that says, I know where I fit. I know where I fit. Right now, I would guess that most of us are in this shift around, quiet, shift around, quiet, shift around, quiet. And where do we really fit? And it has nothing to do with how life has been going on ordinarily. It has everything to do with this movement that we're being lifted into a new vibrational field, just like we have begun the dissolving of the patriarchal system, and it's gonna crash. It's doing its thing. It's in chaos. It's insanity, and it's doing its thing, and it's gonna crash. It's gonna crash. Now, what happens along the way? What happens afterward? But it's in crash mode. So are we in lift mode? And in that lift mode, where's your Tara? I know how I fit. Well, right now we don't. We just know we're going through who knows what. You can't put new wine in what? Old bottles. You put new wine, new consciousnesses, new choices in your old system, it's not going to be the new wine. How can we more quickly clear our bottles and have a new bottle? So you have a list, and I want you to draw a circle around the list. Draw a circle, and you can just do it in your imagination, or you can do it. And we're going to let's just take the list you made personally. And because the same thing for either list will be the same thing, but let's just say personally, I'm going to draw a circle around all of that which is representing your current no fear, block, anger, trauma, all. Okay. These are points of energy that we could call contracts, we could call trauma, we could call broadcasting, we could call, all kinds of things. But they are energy voices that we need to hear. We don't need to, they're not bad. We're not making them bad. We need to just hear them. And we could hear them one at a time, but you know what? They're coming up much more quickly than one at a time. So here are the voices. And you say in your imagination, you just say, I hear you. I hear all of you. You're heard. You're heard. I want you to just know that you're in the hands of that team of divine good in that temple of Alcyon. You're being held. And I will do what is absolutely best for you and I. You're now heard. Now, in that process, you might find some stragglers that didn't know that you could be trusted that want to hop on board into your circle. Put them in the circle. Okay, got you too, got you too. All of them are in that field triage to the Alcyon. When you feel that they are settled for that now, not that's not where we're going to leave them, but they are settled for now. Let your team in that field of good know that others can come in while you focus to your team of light. You turn to Tag Matrix, PTO Collective, and whatever name you've given your specific team for wholeness and wellness and guidance. You say, I need you here now. When you get a sense of that connection, and you can get a sense in many ways, you may hear, okay, I'm here. Or you may use your pendulum and get a yes. Or you may do muscle testing and get a yes. Or you may hear the word, or you may smell a beautiful smell that says yes, or color it that is clear. So many languages to understand energy. Your team is there for you. And you're going to ask them, are you of our advanced, evolved field of light? 3 times. Are you of our advanced, evolved field of light? And again, are you of our advanced, evolved field of light? And you get that answer confirmed. I'm going to ask them, are you willing to work with me in truth? And if you have other criteria, ask those for those criteria too. And when you're ready to move forward, you're going to say something to them like this. You may call them by a name you may have for them. Do you see that all of these voices, all of these message givers that I have here, that I've placed in Alcyon, you see all of those voices? I want to know what percentage of those voices are coming from outsider energies, their codes, agendas, broadcasting impacts, devices. What percentage of those voices are outsider energies? And you're going to trust your right brain. Is it 100, 90%? And you get the number and write it down. What percentage are outsider influenced? And you have them move those voices, that percentage, out of the circle into the platform of ACT. They are moved into a different process onto the platform we call ACT. And just notice how you experiencing it. And any voice that comes up that says, I don't know if this is true, I don't know if this is the right number, that's editor. Get it out of the way. You're fine. Now you have these energies that are outsider created. And this is where you're going to come to the edge of that huge circle. You're going to have your azure cloak, coat, necklace. You're going to have your staff. You're going to have your sword. And you have Sophia sisters with you. that this field created by outsiders in your space, you're going to say, I stand as a Sophia in the Sophia Collective for my life fields, all layers. And these sisters stand with me. You take your staff and you put your staff into that field of that invading outsider energies that have been taunting, playing with you. Put your staff in that field and you say, I own this field by divine assignment and acceptance. My field. I own it. All your Sophia sisters put their staff in your behalf. We own this field. And this field is foundationed on the values I have decreed. Presence of respect, truth, good, home. I'm taking back the field. You put your sword of communications into the heavens. I call in the PTO. We are one in all the teams with the ability, commitment, and experience. We move this total field of energy from its original source beginnings to its anchoring anywhere. To its beginning, unplugging a life flow from home. It is aborted, and they are all moved into extinction of dust. Each six, the entirety to dust. Stand there. You see the cosmic composting system can vacuum and clear whatever processes you have, clearing that field, and home energy that has never been crippled restores itself. This field restores it. And if there's anything that you feel you are called to bring to it, colors or imagery or blessings, do that. And then when you've completed, I will make a reality statement, but you can write your own. I stand as a presence of new beginnings from my values in wholeness and vitality. I stand as a presence of new beginnings from my values in wholeness and vitality. You write your own if you want to write your own. Read them through again. I'll speak this one, but you read your own if you have one. I stand as a presence of new beginnings from my values in wholeness and vitality. I call in our spiritual teams to move all layers of our consciousness fields into that declared experiential choice for ourself and all we're connected to in love. Lift our conscious layers into that declared reality. I give the PTO We Are One tag matrix permission and charge to continue working with this field, ongoingly removing all that is contrary or that would prevent that reality. Anything that's stored from contrary experiences, move it into dust, or if it's my energy that survived through it, into celebratory light. I call in Grace and her collective and ask them to go through all magnetic regions for myself and all I'm connected to in love, all magnetic regions of our leveled, layered life field, to remove that which is contrary, negative, trauma-based, ownership of any kind, clear our magnetic fields to contain only experience, refinement, choice that supports and enriches this declaration and choice. Akashic records, conscious, unconscious, hard drive for this lifetime. And then we call in each of our higher self, that higher part of our energy flow that is so clear now, so connected in that divine family collective of seven. Call in that aspect of myself to work with our causal team to design the codes for ourself and all we're connected to in love, to design the codes for the highest expression of this declaration. I stand as a presence of new beginnings from my values in wholeness and vitality, or yours. When those codes are created, these are possibilities. They flow down the midline of our body with our causal team, our higher self, right down to Gaia's field. And say, Gaia, this is how I want to walk with you differently. So that she reviews those codes. She may have ideas, she may have suggestions, she might refine, but when there is an agreement felt, and you will just feel it as a warm sensation, you may hear it as a yes, or think it as a yes, you may see it as a bright burst of color, wherever you get that message of yes. And that energy goes back up to your causal team, your higher self. So the causal team, your tech team, we say to them, create the formulas for the highest expression of this declared choice for myself and all I'm connected to in love, and download it to the hard drive for this lifetime and activate it there. And when you're ready, we're going to either you can do a cook's hookup by sitting, or you can stand and do the brain balance. I'm going to stand and do the brain balance because I'll model that for those who might want to do movement with it. And the rest, and whoever wants to do cook's hookup, I think you probably know that one. So cook's hookup is this, under the chin, cross the ankles, tongue at the roof of the mouth. You can roll your eyes clockwise 12, counterclockwise 12, or do the infinity sign. So I'm going to do brain balance. And you're doing it on, you're saying to your brain, neurological system, tree of life, this is me now. This is automatic for me now. Please. waking up the brain. Cross crawl for the right hemisphere while you move your eyes like a paintbrush. By the energy, bring the hemispheres together and link your finger above your head. Bring that energy right down the midline of your body, again to Gaia, anchoring it with one more cross. Going to put you into small groups for about maybe 6 minutes, um, just so you can talk to each other about what you're experiencing and how are you coming about, um, anything that you want to share, just so you have a little time together. Uh, and then after that, we'll do another break. Okay. So this will be for about maybe about 6 minutes. Give you a couple of minutes each. And it looks like Carol has off to do her neighbor thing. Okay, so this is your time to use as you want to, but sharing what it where you're at, whatever you want to do. And then when we come back to the main room, before we check out for a longer break, uh, we'll put maybe one word, one takeaway word for the field to hold that while we do a little bit longer break. Okay, so here you go into your rooms. And when I'll give you like a 2 minute signal, do and when it comes up to say you have, it'll come up and you'll say you have 60 seconds or another minute. Don't click the button. Just let Zoom bring you back in so you have the total time together. Okay, here you go.